Hello and welcome back. In today's video, I'm here to talk about Jacob Brown. If you didn't know, a statement was done yesterday by Luton saying that Jacob Brown is out for the remaining part of this championship season. He picked up an ankle injury against Borough. He collided with the Borough defender, and that impact from that challenge has meant he's going to miss the remaining part of this season. I'm going to talk about the impact that's going to have on the team, and also talk about what Matt Bloomfield could do next going forward in order for Luton to try and survive in the championship this season. But before I do, please smash the like button. Also, drop me a comment down below on what you think the solution is for Luton going forward in terms of clicking in front of goal. What would you like to see for the remaining games left in this season? How do you think Luton can solve it? Or if you don't think they can solve it, let me know down below in the video comments. Also, if you're watching my video on a Tuesday, I am live streaming at 7:30 in the evening. So if you want to ask me any questions about Luton or anything football related, feel free to do so. I'm going to be live streaming for an hour or so from 7:30 onwards Tuesday evening. So Jacob Brown has picked up another season-ending injury. He picked up an injury last season in the Premier League. It was a knee injury last year, which meant he missed the remaining part of the Premier League season. And to be fair to him, he was quite good in the Premier League. I actually rated him, but this particular season in the Championship, I don't think he's done enough. But saying that, recently, in the last couple of games, he has had an impact. And he was also performing a lot better than Morris and also Elijah Adebayo. So it kind of is a loss because our strikers are not clicking in front of goal. I haven't been his biggest fan. I'm going to be honest here. I'm not going to sit and lie and say I rate him. I haven't been happy with his performances this season in the Championship, but recently it has got better, and it is a shame that he's going to be missing for the remaining games left in this football season. I also just want to quickly say as well, let's not create narratives, oh, Luton signed injury prone players, blah, blah, blah. Brown, before we signed him, played regularly. For 5 seasons, he played regularly for Barnsley and for Stoke. He was not an injury prone player. So yes, we've been a little bit unlucky here with Brown. He's picked up 2 season-ending injuries in the last 2 years. It's just unlucky. He's not an injury prone player. You look at the record he had before joining Luton. He wasn't someone that kept getting injuries like Baptiste. Okay? We just got unlucky here. And that happens. And I don't mind players, when they do get injured, getting injured on a match day. Because as fans, we've seen the collision, we've seen the impact. You know, there's not much you can do. Tackles are going to happen. And sometimes bones break, ligaments get damaged, and that might have happened to Jacob Brown. So it's a shame, but we saw the injury happen. He got absolutely collided with the Borough defender. He even got booked for it, by the way, which was absolutely insane. While trying to have a shot at goal, it happens. Things like this happen. It's just a shame that he's missing the remaining part of the season. So what does Matt Bloomfield do now? Does he carry on playing with 2 strikers? Does he carry on playing with Morris and Elijah Adebayo? I don't think you can. Elijah, confidence in front of goal is a massive problem with him. He's the biggest confidence player I've ever known. Morris, he isn't really having the clear-cut opportunities. He's never in the right place at the right time. Nordas, we're still waiting to see what he's actually like as a player. Matt Bloomfield hasn't played him recently. And Ali, who's had quite a few sub-appearances recently, has come on and had an impact, and he can play as a striker, and I wouldn't mind seeing him playing alongside Morris up top. Someone who could just run in behind, you put the ball over the top, play it through the middle. He can hold the ball up quite well, we've seen it already, and he also likes to take on his man, which does excite me when watching him play. So I wouldn't be against starting Ali up top. But in the statement which Luton did yesterday when announcing Brown was out for the season, they also mentioned that Chong is available for this weekend. Finally, Chong is back following his injury. He picked up the injury against QPR at the start of this year in 2025. And for me, Chong, he's not been playing in the right position. I think since we've signed him, He's not ever played in his correct position. For me, he's a left attacker. He's a left winger. Play him out wide. You let him have the ball. You let him run at defenders. You let him create opportunities. That is Chong's position. But we might do something quite clever here. We might play Chong in a freedom role up top alongside a striker. So what I mean by that is, what we could do is, because when we play with Morris and Elijah Adebayo up top, they play so far away from each other. Their connection sometimes is not the greatest. So when Morris does win like a flick on, Elijah is nowhere to be seen. Whereas if you play Chong alongside Morris up top, you can say to Chong, you can drop in deep, you can pick the ball up on the half turn, you can basically just roam around that attacking area and just try and cause havoc. And I think that could be a good idea, because I do think Chong, he's got the pace to run in behind. You can also give him the ball on the half turn. You can allow him to run down on the left, through the middle, out wide on the right hand side as well, and just let him try and cause havoc. Now, the only issue with that is, in terms of goals and assists, Chong is not up there. He hasn't done enough. Although I've defended him quite a lot throughout his whole time at Luton, he does need to do a little bit more up top in those attacking areas. We need to see him shooting more. We need to see him actually getting a few more goals. In fact, we need everyone to start scoring a few more goals. But him in particular, an attacking player, we need to start seeing a lot more from him. But that could be a solution which Matt Bloomfield could do, and give Chong that freedom role, allow him just cause havoc. And you could also, I would say, do the same thing to Ali as well. Ali and Chong are pretty much the same type of player. Ali can probably play the striker position a lot better than Chong. Chong's more of a midfielder / wide attacker, but very similar in the way they like to attack and like to dribble, get on the ball and just try and cause problems. So that could be a solution which Matt Bloomfield might do in order for us to start clicking in front of goal. But something needs to be addressed about this. I don't think we can continue for the rest of this championship season playing Morris and Elijah Adebayo up top, especially now we are a striker down. Brown's not going to be coming off the bench and causing an impact in games. He's out for the season, so we need to figure out another solution in trying to score goals, because Nordas is pretty much similar to Morris and Elijah, and the only difference in players up top are Chong and also Ali. So we need to address something. Now, I would also say change the formation, but I don't see the formation being changed despite Brown's injury. I think we need another striker to pick up a knock in order for a formation to be changed. I think these players are just suited playing with the three centre-backs, which frustrates me because I've got to the point where I don't really want to see it anymore. But if they can't do another formation, then we've got no choice. Professional footballers can't play multiple formations. How frustrating is that? They probably can, they're just not suited to do the other formations. And I cannot wait in the summer when Matt Bloomfield gets the opportunity to rebuild his team and he can play the way he wants to play, not five at the back like we've seen pretty much all season. So those are my thoughts about Brown picking up the injury and the impact it will have on the team, and also talking about how we could potentially improve in front of goal going forward. Let me know what you think down below. Please drop a like on today's video. As I've mentioned at the start, I am live streaming at 7:30 Tuesday evening. So if you are free, pop in and say hello and ask me any questions you guys may have. Don't forget to follow me across all my social media as well. The links are in the description below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe for more Luton Town content, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.